Hello, we're back for the Week 4 installment of our Panagraph Prep Preview. I'm Assistant Sports Editor Joe Deacon, and back joining me this week is my co-host, is Randy Kindred. Welcome back, Randy.
Nice to be back.
You ready to take on another week of games?
Oh, yeah.
Can you fill Jim Benson's shoes from last week?
I don't know if anyone could do that, but I'll do my best.
All right, well, let's get right to it. Week 3 entered. We had 3 of our inner city teams were really desperate for a win, and all 3 of them came through. I mean, Bloomington wins against who did they beat?
LaSalle Peru.
That's right. And Central Catholic topped Eureka. But the biggest surprise of all was Normal Community shutting out Normal West.
Yeah, that one, I kind of expected that to be a tough game, being the rivalry that it is. And Normal Community, even though they had lost their first 2 games, they had been right in their opener, and they were in the game at Belleville West for a good portion of that game. It kind of got away towards the end. But I never expected 32-0, in favor of Normal Community. But that just shows you when you get off to a good start. They had a great first quarter. They took advantage of a couple of mistakes and got the lead, got some momentum, and it sounded like it just took off from there.
Yeah, a big win for Normal Community. Now the Ironmen look to make it 2 in a row as they head to at Danville.
Yeah.
And then the Wildcats need to bounce back with a non-conference game at Grays Lake North.
Yeah, Danville is 0-3, which is surprising. That they've had a good run here the last few years, but I know they're probably still an athletic team and a dangerous team. And going on the road, that's always a kind of a tough place to play. But I think the Ironmen will handle that one now. I was just looking. Grays Lake North is 1-2, but their first loss of the season was in 3 overtimes to Lakes Community, which is ranked number 10 in 6A. And they lost this past week to Cary Grove, which is number 1 in 7A. So this is a team that, even though they're 1-2, they might be pretty dangerous.
Meanwhile, BHS, again, coming off a good performance, so good I didn't even remember who they played. They're going to try and keep it going now as they open Big 12 play at home against Urbana.
Yeah, I think that was a huge confidence booster for them last week. They had a lot of guys get involved. Telly Arrington had a terrific game, and I think it was really something that they could build on. And they've got a lot of players that are kind of experiencing this for the first time, so they really needed something good to happen to them. And I expect them to win again this week against Urbana.
Yeah, that'll get the Raiders on a roll, hopefully, here. So elsewhere in the inner city, U-High, University High, held firm, number 7 in Class 5A, and they're looking to stay unbeaten as they visit Eureka. And the Corn Belt Game of the Week might feature Olympia and Central Catholic.
Yeah, Olympia lost last week to Mahomet, their first loss, but they hung tough in that game. Colin Miller had another solid game at quarterback for Olympia. I think Central is starting to find a rhythm. They played U-High very tough in week 2 and had a big game last week. Ryan Zitkus and Brett Segabiano give them a couple of really good weapons in the backfield. They complement each other well, and so that I'm actually covering that game, and I'm looking forward to it because I think it'll be a really good game.
Yeah, you're going to get a treat in seeing Ryan Zitkus. I saw him last week, and wow, what an impressive performance he showed against the Hornets there. Yeah. Also in the Corn Belt, we've got Mahomet. They're 2-0 in league play now, and they've won 2 in a row. They're going to look to keep pace with U-High atop the standings, and they get to their home this week against Pontiac. And the Indians broke through with a 19-9 home win over Prairie Central. Yeah,
I think this could be a good game too. Mahomet they stubbed their toe early in the first week, but Joe Kinney has kind of found a groove here at quarterback. I think he's thrown for 727 yards in 3 games, and they've got 2 receivers. One's his brother, who's had 400 yards in receiving, and another receiver who's over 300, I believe. So, they've been those 2 guys pretty much have dominated the pass receptions. But and Pontiac, it's always a tough game when you play a rival like they did last week, and they found a way to get it done. And so they're 2-1 and have some playoff hopes of their own.
Yep. Moving into the heart of Illinois, 3-0 Fieldcrest is going to bring its Class 2A number 8 ranking against Lexington. But the big showdown of the week is definitely going to be Leroy at El Paso Gridley. Both teams are unbeaten.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. El Paso Gridley has been pretty impressive so far. They've had a good running attack, but they've been able to mix in the pass with Devin Puck, and I think they've found some pretty good balance. Leroy, as kind of their tradition, they don't throw the ball a whole lot, but they've got several options in the backfield that can run the ball. So this could be a pretty good game, and I think. Maybe you'd have to give the nod a little bit to EPG just because they're on their home field, and like I said, they've got maybe a little more balance on offense.
Yeah, one thing they'll have to Leroy's going to have to watch for. Dustin Brown had 3 touchdowns last week for the Titans, so he'll be one there.
Yeah, he's put up some pretty good numbers every week so far, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for Week 4. Be sure to check into Panagraph.com or pick up Saturday's Panagraph to check on Friday's results. Thanks again.